Tofu might be the most underrated ingredient ever. It's the quiet kid who turns out to be surprisingly talented once you give it a chance. Long stuck in the vegan gym food stereotype, tofu has actually been a global culinary star for centuries. Different cultures treat it so differently that it barely feels like the same ingredient. Comfort food in one place, delicate art in another, and deep-fried perfection somewhere else. So today we're taking a fun, slightly chaotic world tour to see how different cultures transform this wiggly, shape-shifting ingredient right here on History of Food. Let's start at tofu's birthplace, China, where tofu isn't just food, it's history, culture, philosophy, and sometimes even a personality trait. In Chinese cuisine, tofu comes in more varieties than dating app red flags. You've got soft tofu, firm tofu, extra firm tofu, silken tofu, fermented tofu, stinky tofu, dried tofu, tofu skin, tofu knots. Basically enough forms to qualify as a shapeshifter. Imagine a Chinese morning with vendors serving steaming bowls of Douhua, soft tofu and sweet syrup, or savory soy sauce with chili oil. It's warm, delicate, and comforting, like a grandma-approved breakfast. Then there's Mapo tofu from Sichuan, bold, spicy, numbing, and guaranteed to stain your white shirt. The tofu sits in a fiery red sauce packed with chili bean paste and peppercorns, demanding your full attention. Of course, we can't talk about China without mentioning Stinky tofu, the street food superhero that has the aroma of a trash can but the flavor of heaven, if you can get past the smell. Others say it smells like a funky blue cheese that's been left out during summer. But fans, they swear by it. The vendors fry it, grill it, soak it in a fermented brine that looks like something brewed by a witch, and people line up with pure devotion. If this isn't cultural love, what is? Now let's hop over to Japan, where tofu transforms into something delicate, minimalistic, and almost poetic. In Japan, tofu isn't dressed in bold spices or flashy colors. No. Japanese tofu is like that calm, beautiful friend who listens more than they talk. It's simple, pure, elegant. And it's often served in a way that makes you reflect on your life choices. Take hiyayako, for example. Chilled tofu topped with nothing more than a sprinkle of green onions, a bit of grated ginger, maybe a splash of soy sauce. Then there's agedashi tofu, silky tofu gently coated in potato starch, deep-fried until golden, and served in a warm, soothing broth. It's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and feels like comfort food designed by a therapist. Tofu is so cherished in Japan that there are restaurants specializing only in tofu, fine dining tofu, multi-course tofu. Tofu that's so silky you question whether you've been eating the wrong kind your whole life. Next stop, Korea, where tofu takes on a bold, hearty, communal personality. Korean cuisine doesn't treat tofu like something fragile. It treats it like a teammate in battle. One of the stars is sundubu jjigae, a bubbling cauldron of soft tofu stew loaded with kimchi, seafood or pork, veggies, and enough red chili paste to make you sweat out your regrets. When that stone bowl arrives still boiling like lava, you know you're in for something unforgettable. Now let's head to Southeast Asia, where tofu gets loud, vibrant, and a little chaotic in the best way. In Indonesia, it becomes crispy tahu goreng with sweet, spicy peanut sauce that could make even cardboard taste good. In Thailand, tofu soaks up rich coconut curries like a flavor-obsessed sponge. And in the Philippines, it stars in takwat baboy, fried tofu and pork belly in vinegar and soy sauce, the perfect pulutan that'll have you craving rice at 2 a.m. Vietnam treats tofu with a balance of freshness and crunch. You'll find it in noodle bowls, spring rolls, and stir-fries kissed by lemongrass. It's tofu that's confident but not overwhelming, like someone who knows they look good but doesn't brag about it. Now let's cross continents to Western cultures, where tofu's treatment historically ranged from confusion to experimentation to "I'm trying my best." In the 1970s and 80s, tofu was introduced to the West as a healthy meat alternative, which is possibly the least flattering marketing strategy ever. Imagine being known not for who you are, but for what you aren't. It's like calling someone the friend who isn't annoying. Not helpful. For decades, many Western cooks didn't really know what to do with tofu. People boiled it. They baked it plain. They served it unseasoned, cold, naked, emotionless. But then, something magical happened. The internet. Suddenly, people discovered marinades, spices, frying techniques, and air fryers. Now, Western tofu is having a whole renaissance. Crispy tofu, tofu nuggets, tofu chicken, tofu scramble that actually tastes good, tofu in tacos, tofu in burgers, tofu smoked like BBQ. Chefs and home cooks realized tofu isn't boring, they were just underestimating it. Badly. Today, tofu has become the cool kid of plant-based cuisine, gracing brunch bowls, Michelin star menus, TikTok recipes, and hip restaurants touting it as umami-rich or artisan-pressed. It's one of the few foods that can be sweet, savory, spicy, crispy, silky, or delicate, shaped by each culture. China unleashes its range, Japan refines it, Korea turns up the heat, Southeast Asia makes it bold, and the West has finally learned to appreciate it. Tofu is proof that one ingredient can take on the personality of an entire culture. It listens, it adapts, it absorbs, it shapeshifts. It's the culinary equivalent of that friend who fits in at every party, no matter the theme. So the next time you see tofu sitting quietly in the grocery aisle, just remember, this simple, humble block has been traveling the world for centuries, collecting identities, flavors, and stories along the way. And if you're still one of those people who says, "I don't like tofu," well, maybe you just haven't found the right version yet. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.